I am a big supporter of the YouTube channel Hammer and Vajra. I have watched a lot of his videos and I agree with him on most things. But he recently made a Facebook post that I somewhat disagree with. This is a response video to his Facebook post. He made a post arguing that it is your duty as a Germanic pagan to read the Eddas, and they should be your number one priority. I agree that Germanic pagans should read the Eddas. In fact, I highly recommend reading Jackson Crawford's translation of the Poetic Edda, because it is easy to read. His translation of the Prose Edda comes out later this year, and I will be picking up a copy of that too. I also recommend reading the Havamal, but I disagree that these books should be your top priority. I think most conservative pagans should start with Hellenic paganism and then work your way up to Germanic paganism. Even if you are a Germanic or Norse pagan and want nothing to do with Hellenic paganism. Why do I say this? Because there was a point in time where the British and the Norse claimed descent from Troy. Some Germanic gods would also become syncretized with Roman and Greek gods. I think reading the Iliad and the Odyssey should be your top priority. Once you read these, then you can get into the Eddas. People tend to think that the different branches of European paganism were isolated from each other, but I do not think this was the case. I think all the branches were connected to each other at one point. Most Western pagans should also make reading Plato a top priority. I also think that every pagan should study Neoplatonism. There is no escaping the Greeks. If you are a Western pagan, the Greeks have heavily influenced Europe, so I think they are the best starting point for Western pagans. Neoplatonism is also good for Eastern pagans. If you are a Taoist, Buddhist, Hindu, Sikh, Jain, or belong to Shintoism, then you should study Neoplatonism. I agree with Hammer and Vajra that the Eddas should be read if you are going to claim to be a Western pagan. I just don't think they should be the starting point. You should start with Homer and work your way up to Snorri. However, this is just my opinion. People can start from wherever they want and do whatever they want. I just disagree with the idea that you must start with the Poetic Edda. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic day or night.